Good morning. Time to make the ticino, my coffee substitute. I think it's been pretty good. I like coffee better, but it'll do. So today is, this is hazelnut flavor, and it's very aromatic and tasty. So today it's only going to be 48. So it's been cold, it's been going down into the 30s at night. Not a frost so far, but still pretty cold. But my little starts seem to be okay out there. So I guess this is the new way to go when it comes to winter sowing. I won't be sowing seeds in January or February, but the beginning of March, I think I'm going to start sowing certain seeds. So actually the seeds in the bags are doing the best. I have some in plastic containers that I bought, but the baggie method seems to be doing the best. So that's what I'll do next year. I'll sow a good percentage of my crops in the baggies. It's cheap and it's quick, and I do have to see how they'll do when I transplant them, but it's a learning experience for me. It's something that's new. Alright, let's give this a taste and put some creamer in it. Not too much, because this isn't as strong as coffee either. I did follow the directions on the package. It says 1 heaping tablespoon per 2 cups of water. So I've been doing 1.5 heaping teaspoons, since that's half a heaping tablespoon. Alright, so cheers. Needs a bit more creamer. Not much, just a touch. That should do it, and that creamer is almost gone. One thing, with all these stomach issues going on, I haven't been going through the chocolate caramel creamer like I usually do. So, but I have an extra stash of it, and I hope it doesn't go bad. But anyway, I probably won't be working outside today, even if it's a nice sunny day, but it's very chilly. But we'll see. I might do something out there today. So, alright, I'm going to enjoy my chicory coffee here, and I'll meet you at the budget book. Okay, time for the budget book. Yesterday I did not spend any money, so that's good. I'm expecting a shipment from Temu. The company reached out to me and asked me if I could do a review on some of their products. So, but that didn't cost me any money, but I did shop their website for the amount that I was allowed. And I think I got some good stuff, but we'll see when it gets here. I guess it takes about 10 days to 2 weeks to arrive, because of course it's coming from a foreign country. So, but yeah, I figured I'd give it a try and see what their products are like. They do have very good prices on there, I'll have to admit that, but you know, I'm sure that that's a whole nother new subject. But anyway, so I'll be making a video review on that. coming up in the next couple weeks. So if nothing else, it should be fun, because it's always fun to get things for free. At least it is for me. And I'm sure that I'll put all the products I got to use. I didn't buy a whole lot of frivolous things. I just bought things, well, I didn't buy them. I picked out things that I thought I could find useful. So anyway, that's the budget book for today. It's cold and rainy out there now. I think I even saw a couple little snowflakes. But I was just out there, and all's well out there. So I'm going to do things inside today. My kitchen's still a mess. My table's a mess. Whole bunch of mess going on. So, and I still have some garden books, not books, garden stuff that I have to put away. I don't think I'll be starting any more seeds inside. I think now I'm just going to go with the outside seed starting and call that good. So, okay, I'll be back in a little while, and we'll see what else is going on today. Time for a cup of tea. Finally finished my coffee. So cheers with some tea. It's a great day for lighting a couple candles and just hanging out inside. So I've been scrounging around in my freezer. Got rid of a couple things that were like way past its prime. Not even that much. Couple things that I had frozen that was like, I really didn't even like that. I just froze it because I figured I'd eat it anyway. And those are things sometimes that get old. So those are going in the compost. But I did find, I had some naan bread in there, some garlic naan, and those make great little pizzas. So I think today I'm going to make, I bought this last time I went shopping, whenever that was. I went to Aldi's and I picked up this roasted garlic Alfredo sauce, and this is good. So I think I'm going to have a white pizza today. I have some faux chicken, and I have some onion and cheese. So I have to scrounge around in the refrigerator and see what I have. And then that's what I'm going to have for dinner. And I also need to use up my lettuce before that goes bad. So that's the plan for dinner. And I had those 2 apples that they were really past eating stage. You know, they were starting to get a little soft. So I cut those up and made applesauce out of those. And I'm going to put that in my yogurt and flavor my yogurt that way. So every day I'm going to try and look in the freezer and refrigerator and come up with some meals. Now I'm just going to do that daily, because if I do that for a week, I know I won't feel like eating this on Wednesday and this on Monday. So for me it's better just to go day by day and use up what I have that way. So I've got a lot of stuff in my freezer, but not so much that I won't be able to eat it, hopefully. I've said before, I don't eat that much. Not like when I was younger. I used to be a pretty good eater, but now I just don't eat that much. So it takes me a long time to go through my food, which is probably a good thing nowadays. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some money-saving things. I wanted to talk about hair. So I know mine doesn't look that great today, but you know, it's really kind of a waste of shampoo to wash your hair twice. You know, you wash it, you rinse it, you wash it. Because if you scrub it up with the first wash, I mean, unless your hair is a total grease ball, and it usually isn't if you wash your hair several times a week, it's not necessary to wash twice. You know, it gets clean with one washing. Also, not washing your hair every day. I mean, unless you have really, really greasy hair, that's not necessary either. Or you could try in the evening putting some dry shampoo on your hair, and then it should be freshened up by morning. Another thing that you can do is you can take your conditioner and water it down in a spray bottle, and rather than taking a big dollop of conditioner, you can water it down. Now everybody's hair is different, so you can just spray a little bit from the spray bottle with water and conditioner, and just enough to get the tangles out, and you can save money on your conditioner that way. You can also use your shampoo as a body wash. You know, when you wash your hair, you can use the suds to suds up. So that'll save you money too. It doesn't necessarily have to be just for your hair. Try washing your hair a couple times a week, or however many you need, because we're all different. You can also make yourself a like a cleansing shampoo by putting a little bit of baking soda with your shampoo and shampooing with that, and it'll take some of the products off your hair. Now, I also read that you can water down your hairspray. So I'm going to give that a try. I mean, the hairspray that I bought this last time was like $9 for a container. I usually don't spend that much on hairspray. But I'm going to try and take a little bit of it and water it down and see if it doesn't work the same. Now what I do when I wash my hair, really simple. I don't blow dry it. I don't do any of that stuff. And I think that's why my hair is still healthy and shiny. Because a lot of people, as they get older, their hair kind of turns to cotton. But so that's how I've been keeping my hair healthy anyway. I just don't blow dry it very often, unless I'm going somewhere in the winter and you know, I don't want to go out with wet hair, then I will blow dry it. But what I do is I just wash my hair, towel dry it really, really well, and then I comb it the way I want it, and then I just put the hairspray on then. It's an extra firm hold hairspray. Rather than using a ton of products on my hair, I don't use gel, I don't use any of that stuff. I just use hairspray. And then during the week, if I need to, I just spritz it up a little bit or dampen it a little bit. And I mean, I have wavy hair, so I can just kind of scrunch it up a little bit and the curl will come back a little bit. But my hair is kind of funny because it's pretty curly when I first wash it, and then the longer I go with not washing it, by day 3 it's like this. You know, there's still some wave to it, but not that much. So that's one good way to save money on your hair. And of course buying products on sale and stocking up, or you know, I just buy Dollar Tree shampoo, or because really there isn't a whole lot of difference. I mean, I've used high-end shampoos, I've used cheap shampoos, and there really isn't that much of a difference. You know, you're just paying for the name. So anyway, that's a good way to save money on your hair. As far as beauty products go, I don't stay usually brand specific. I just get what I like and what's on sale. There are a couple things that I do like that I find stay on pretty well. I have an eyeliner that's like a charcoal color that I buy, and then there used to be it was like a forest green from Avon, but they don't even make that anymore. It was from the Anew brand. They haven't made that in years, but I did buy a few of them, so I think I still have one or two of those. I have to go through my makeup and see what's not good in there anymore. So, and a lot of people, my grandmother used Pond's on her face, and she had beautiful skin, and Pond's is not expensive. You know, it's not a high-end product, but she used that, you know, her whole life. And there's the old-time Noxzema, you know, when you used to wash your face with that back in the day. So a lot of these products are still good. You know, oil of Olay, that was always a good product. Plus, I always liked the smell of that. It was the pink lotion. I haven't used that in years. One of the best brands that I ever used, but it was pretty expensive, was Obagi. But I quit using that because of the expense of it. I mean, it was just too expensive. And it was like a whole regimen that you did, you know, you put this on first, then you put that on. But it did work. It was a very, very good product line, and you didn't need a ton of it. And it worked with, in conjunction with Retin-A. Now, Retin-A does work. I used that for years. I haven't used it in years, but I used to use it all the time, and it really does work. Now, as far as nails go, I do my nails usually once a week, and I'm due again. It's Sunday. But this nail polish really did last. It's more grown out than chipped off. It's starting to now, but it was this Dollar Tree brand, LA Colors, Color Craze. I was really impressed with this. Excuse me. I have a very simple nail routine. When I'm sitting there watching TV or, you know, sitting reading or watching YouTube, I just take my cuticles and I push them back with my fingernails. And then I do that maybe once a week. And then after that, I take off my polish. But actually, before I take off my polish, I use the nail clipper on the tips, and I just clip the tips off, and then I file them, and then I take my polish off. That's just the way I do it. There's no rhyme or reason to it, but that's the way I do it. And then when I'm sitting doing nothing, I'll put my first coat of polish on, and let that dry for a long time, and then I'll put the second coat of polish on. Sometimes during the week, if I do have a polish that chips, I'll put a third coat on, but not always. So usually once a week does it, and I don't clip my nails every week. I clip them every 2 weeks. So that seems to work for me, but again, everybody's nails grow at a different pace. But, and then putting, you know, not putting the polish on with your hands up in the air. If you steady your elbows and your hand on a table and then put your polish on, it's much easier to get it on that way. So that's what I do with my nails. Of course, when I garden, I usually wear garden gloves, but I usually don't wear gloves to wash dishes or anything like that. Now I have a dishwasher, but I do wash my pots and pans most of the time. So I don't know, they just, it works out for me that way. But you can wear gloves, of course, and probably your polish will stay longer. You can make yourself a scented body spray by using 2 parts alcohol and 1 part water, and then putting in whatever essential oils you like. You know, you can mix and match those, come up with a fragrance that you like, and then you have a cheap body spray. So if you can't afford perfume and you want to smell nice, that's one thing you can do. Let's see what else. You can also make your own body scrubs out of sugar. You can also use salt, and then you can mix it with some soy oil until you like it the consistency that you like, and add, again, essential oils to it, and you can scrub your body with that. It's exfoliating. And then you can store it in an airtight container. If you want it to last longer, you can stick it in the fridge. Some people buy these little beauty refrigerators. They're like this big. You can get those. People, I guess, use them in dorms and things for their drinks. But you can also put your beauty products in there, and it'll help them last longer. So, when in doubt, I either freeze things or I put them in the refrigerator to extend their life. I do that with shelf-stable milk too. I put that in the refrigerator, and it lasts a long time that way. So you can get milk really cheap at the Dollar Tree that way. And I've gotten it also at Ollie's. I've gotten soy milk and things, and for even cheaper than the Dollar Tree. It was like 99 cents. But the last couple times I went there, they did not have that. You can put your spices in the refrigerator too. Now I know your refrigerator is going to be getting pretty full, but it will extend the life of a lot of the things that you buy, just to keep it cold. And the same with your seeds. If you put your seeds in with oxygen absorbers in an airtight jar and stick them in the fridge, they'll last way longer than if you leave them out into the humidity or in a place that gets really warm. You can make a body lotion for yourself out of shortening. You can melt the shortening, add some essential oils to it, and then store it. Store it in a container. Let it solidify, and then you can use that on your elbows and hands and cuticles, and as a lip ointment. And it's super cheap, and it works well. You can use coconut oil too, or olive oil. Those work well too. And so you don't have to spend a lot on your body lotion. Okay, there's some ways that you can save on clothes too. When you have a task that requires you to get sweaty and dirty, don't wear your nicer clothes. Just wear the oldest clothes that you have. You know, that's what I do. Sometimes I laugh at myself in the mirror because it's like, oh, that doesn't go together at all. But it doesn't matter. It's old, and it serves the purpose. It once was okay, but, you know, usually once you have clothes for years, they do wear out eventually. So those are the clothes that I house clean in and garden in. Because if I'm dressed in something a little nicer or newer, then I don't want to get my hands dirty and my elbows up to my sleeves, and I just won't do anything. So also washing your clothes in cold water. Now what I do is I always add a cup of vinegar to my water when I wash my clothes, and it keeps my washer running well. My last wash machine lasted for 20 years. And I always put vinegar in with my detergent. And I use cheap detergent, and it still gets my clothes clean. And don't overuse detergent. Now, I just, in this Temu haul that I have coming, I just bought these silicone wash balls. I don't know if they're any good. I'm going to give those a try, but it's supposed to get your clothing cleaner. But I always use cold water when I do my laundry. Zip up your zippers. Turn your clothes inside out if it's something that maybe has a little pattern or something. And those things I wash in a mesh bag. You know, if it's got like sequins or anything like that, I turn them inside out and wash them in a mesh bag. I always wash my bras and my delicate panties in a mesh bag, and they last a long, long time. I hardly ever have to throw out any underwear. And my bras, I don't put those in the dryer. I hang those up to dry. Same with the delicate underwear. I hang that up to dry. Now, you know, the cotton underwear, you know, that you wear sometimes, those I don't care that much about. But if you have little lace underwear and things, I hang those to dry. Anything with elastic in it, I'm not talking about waistbands, but you know, like a spandex kind of thing or a stretch lace, I hang those to dry. I don't put those in the dryer. So those are some of the things that I do for laundry. So as far as buying clothes, and if you want, I by no means have a capsule wardrobe, but if you want less clothes, a good thing to do is just save the bright colors that you like for your shirts or t-shirts, and then keep your blazers and sweaters and pants and skirts in the neutral tones. That's, you know, grays, browns, blacks, khakis. All those colors will go with any bright color. And then just buy brightly colored, you know, floral tops or floral shirts or whatever. And that way you don't have to spend as much money on clothes, because people won't notice that you have, you know, oh, you had those pants on 3 days ago. And so what I do is I do have all those colors, and I have all those colors in pants and skirts and sweaters, and I can mix and match them all. And then I have my nice colorful t-shirts. I like wearing t-shirts with underneath even dressy clothes. I mean, you know, unless it's a dress. But I like wearing t-shirts. I mean, it's like the Miami Vice thing. Remember that show? And he always wore like a t-shirt and then wore a blazer or something, a jacket over it. And it always looks good. Same with shoes. You know, if you can't afford a lot of different shoes, just buy maybe 4 pairs in neutral colors, which again, brown, black, khaki, gray. Those are all nice colors that go with all the other jewel tones. They go with jewel tones, they go with pastels. So, you know, that's a good way to save money on clothes. Another way you can accessorize basic neutral colors is with scarves. Those will give you a pop of color. Maybe some bold jewelry in different colors would be nice with that. So stick with basics on your neutrals for your basics, and then accessorize with color with other accessories like scarves and necklaces and earrings, some really nice bold earrings. looks nice. Even headbands, those you can put some color by your face, so that looks good. So just some cheap and easy ways to up your fashion look. Another thing you can do if you have a lot of like costume jewelry and you don't like the color of it anymore, you can use some old nail polish and put a few coats of, because that's enamel, you can put a few coats of that onto your necklaces or your earrings or whatever and change up the color. You can make a swirl pattern, or just use your creative license, and you can have something new from something old. Even old wooden beads, you can color those with your nail polish that you don't use anymore. So you can put that to good use. You can also wear a shirt, if you or a blouse, instead of a blazer or a jacket or a sweater. You can put a t-shirt under a shirt and use that as in lieu of a jacket. That's always nice, and it'll extend your wardrobe so that you have more outfits. Okay, so those are all the tips that I have for now for beauty, for fashion, some things to help with your hair. So I hope you found some of those tips useful, and it's a cheap and easy way to save money. I'm trying to do everything and anything that I can to save some money to get things for my garden, also to help me pay off my debt. So I really am focused on doing that, and so I'm doing everything I can not to spend more money on things that I already have and that are really not necessary. And honestly, I don't feel poor, I don't feel deprived when I go through my house and I see all the things that I already have. It makes me not want to spend any money on more stuff. It's just almost too much abundance. So I want to get to that happy medium where I have everything that I want and need, but without the excess, without the things that perfect me thinks that she can do, that I can't do anymore. I used to do a lot of DIY, and a lot of that I can't do anymore. I don't have the strength, I don't have the dexterity in my fingers, so I just do what I can. So you have to kind of match your physical ability to what you can actually do, and then purge the stuff that at one point you could do, or at one point you thought you could do at some point, and make some breathing room in your home. And pare down some of your activities and some of your hobbies. You don't need 20 hobbies, and hello, I'm guilty of that myself. Pare it down to those that you absolutely love to do. Because what happens if you have too many things, too many irons in the fire, you don't really get to do and enjoy any of them. So really sit down with yourself and have that conversation of, do I really like to do this, or is it just something that I thought I would like to do at one point, and I either enjoyed it and now don't enjoy it, or I never really did enjoy it too much. And then let that go, because it's always sitting in the back of your head nagging you. You should do this, you should do that, you spent the money for it, so go do this, go do that. So, and it's something I need to work on, is just paring it down to those things that I really, really like to do. An example is, for me, starting my seeds in the house, I really don't enjoy doing that because it takes a lot of maintenance. And not that I'm never going to start any in the house again, but I'm going to cut back on that. And now that I've found the winter sowing, that's going to be the way that I go. And if it, so far it's been working beautifully. I don't mind doing it. It's kind of fun to just, oh my gosh, it's actually growing. You know, it's kind of astonishing. So, but I don't enjoy doing indoor gardening like starting seeds. Now, growing lettuces in my grow boxes, my indoor grow boxes and stuff, that is fun because you can grow simple things like lettuce. And there's a guy on YouTube, his channel is Arrow Garden Experiments, and he grows everything in his little arrow garden type things. He has a whole setup of stuff he's growing, and it's really interesting to watch. And you know, he harvests his lettuces and his kale, and you know, he's grown beets and radishes and tomatoes and all kinds of things, and it's just it's a fun channel to watch. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about maintaining all those little tiny seedlings that sometimes they do well, sometimes they don't. So it seems like tomatoes, I'll always have tomatoes everywhere. So I need to cut back on those too. So, all right, well, that's really all I have to talk about today. I'm just going to walk around my kitchen and do a little bit of cleanup and just relax a little bit today. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself, be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.